our seminar. In our seminars, you will learn success rules that will provide you with strength, a personal pledge to yourself, and core keywords that will provide you with the ability to discern the many different elements that surround us all. But before we begin to go into learning about our success rules, okay, I would like to share a little bit about myself. Hello, my name is Stephen Hill. I am also one of the seminar instructors. I am also the founder of the Learning the Ability of Coherent Consciousness books, as well as the seminars. Now, they say, practice what you preach. Well, I think I've had many years of practicing on failure. The one thing I wanted to learn is how to become successful. And within this book, which I really thank God for, this book showed me a way, a pathway, how to succeed and not constantly fail. Failure is only if you don't get back up again and keep on trying. Well, this book actually showed me a direction, a pathway, because even though I had degrees and worked at the airlines and, I even worked at Paramount Studios, I gave up on myself. I became depressed. I went to drugs and alcohol. I became homeless. I was on Skid Row and lived in a cardboard box in downtown LA. Okay, for I thought was going on 6 years. Mental health said I was out there for 11 years. So this tells you how strong and how positive and how reassuring and guaranteed that this book will change your life. So before I continue about my testimony, let me go on and share something a little bit about the golden rules, the 9 golden rules, that is, to successful living. Like I say, I am a testimony to this. So I'm very honored to share these 9 golden rules with you at this moment. So let's begin with a brief introductory of these successful rules. Now, there are 9 golden rules to successful living. Golden rule number 1, I need to take control of my life. Golden rule number 2, I do not need to explain myself to anyone. Golden rule number 3, I will not allow my past to be used against me. Instead, I will learn from it in order to grow. Golden rule number 4, I will learn to be in control of my destiny, and that means avoiding the time robbers, the controllers, and negative people. Golden rule number 5, I will not take any more mental abuse, physical abuse, and especially spiritual abuse. And you often wonder, how does spiritual abuse play a role in successful living? How is that a golden rule? Well, it is. Because, you see, spiritual abuse is abusing the gift of liberty to exercise submissiveness. Golden rule number 6, I will learn to think before I act. Golden rule number 7, I will learn to think before I speak. Golden rule number 8, I will learn to think before I do. Golden rule number 9, for my new life awaits me. Now, people may often say, well, that is not a golden rule. How can you make that a golden rule? It is. This golden rule is very important. If we don't claim that we have a new life out there for us, especially for our future, then it isn't. Okay? Because this golden rule is to do one thing, to claim it. You have to claim that you have a new life out there. If you do not claim that you have a new life, then you're going back in a circle or you're going backwards. So you need to claim that golden rule, for which states, my new life awaits me. Now let's go into our personal pledge. Let's get a little brief about what the pledge is about. This personal pledge is to yourself, not to other people, but to yourself. Now, it is called and considered the Coherent Consciousness Pledge. Now, what is coherent consciousness? Coherent consciousness is being able to place together a positive thought process. Now, let's go ahead and go into the personal pledge, and you'll see what I mean. The core is me. All that I am is the way I think. I am the product of myself. Therefore, if God has given me the free will to choose, then the choices that I make is within the way I am thinking. Then it is I, myself, who chooses to either be broken by negativity or allow positivity to uplift my spirits. I must understand that by allowing the absorption of my thinking, I have opened the door for it to be consumed, replaced, repaired, or damaged, piled on or removed of whatever it is that I was thinking or dwelling on at that time. The choice I make concerning whether to accept or reject the absorption is within my power to control. If my thoughts are becoming, has been, or beginning to become unstable, then I need to discover and address what it is that hinders the pathway of positive thinking in my life and replaces it with poor choices that I continue to make and or create for myself. The first thing I need to do is to take back control of my life. Now let's go into our core keywords. Our core keywords, what makes up our personal environment and our environmental surroundings. Let's take a look. Coherent consciousness means being able to place together a positive thought process. Discernment is the ability to perceive or recognize clearly. Positive thinking is the ability to discern a constructive thought process. Negative thinking is the processing of destructive thought patterns. Neutral thinking is the wandering of thought or an area of thought that hasn't been processed yet. Risk thinking is a thought-out process of chance, whether good or bad. It is an exposure of how oneself places their outcome. Mental poverty is the inability to make or discern positive thinking, which produces poor choices that are based upon our feelings and our emotions. Mental poverty is the combination of distractions and discouragements. The more the distractions and the more of the discouragements that you obtain, then it becomes the more of poor choices that you will make. Environment is an area of surroundings along with its conditions that one might place themselves in. Controlled environment is an environment that is regulated and or in an authoritative power by a person, place, or thing. Uncontrolled environment is an environment that is either hazardous, destructive, and or wayward, meaning unpredictable. Negative controlled environment is an environment that is controlled in a negative functioning pattern. Positive controlled environment is a controlled environment that produces constructive developments. Personal controlled environment is the ability of an individual to authoritate and or regulate the control of his or her own surroundings. A core is a central part, center of focus, and or starting point of anything that is either reliable and are responsible for the activity, growth, depletion, development, and or the destruction of itself and or its surroundings, depending upon the makeup of the surrounding structure in which it is contained in and or surrounded by. Everything that I shared with you is on this website. And don't forget to bring a book with you to one of our free seminars. Yes, you heard that correct. We provide free seminars. So when you get a chance, check our schedule statuses here on the website. And hopefully, I'll be able to see you soon. Take care, and here's to your success.